Satyam vada dharmam chara matrudevo bhava pitrudevo bhava acharya devo bhava atithi devo bhava Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham karishyami siddhir me sada samasta jana kalyane niratam karunamayam namami chinmayam devam sadgurum brahma vidvaram hari om. Welcome everybody. So today is a day where we say thank you. We say thank you to Bhagwan because we have so many things to thank him for. 10 fingers, 10 toes, hands, feet, eyes, ears, nose, the skin to feel, a mind to think, and a brain to decide what we should do and not do. So you have so many things to thank Bhagwan. So I'm going to start with a short story. Okay. Once there was a farmer. I'm going to share my screen. So once there was a farmer and he had some puppies to sell. So he put up a sign, puppies for sale. And a young boy walked over and he said, how much are you going to sell the puppies for? And he said, $20. So the boy put his hand in his pocket and took out the change that he had. He counted the change and he said, well, I have only $3.50. So he said, but can I see the puppies? So the farmer whistled and a mother golden retriever came and there were 6 puppies that came running after her. Okay, so they were so nice, they were so good looking, but there was one puppy that was lagging behind. He was weak, a little slow. And the boy looked at it and he asked the farmer, he said, what's wrong with this puppy? He said, I took him to the doctor and the doctor said that he doesn't have a hip bone. So the puppy cannot jump, cannot run well. He limps a little bit. So the boy got excited. And he says, well, I want that puppy. The farmer says, no, you don't want that puppy. That puppy, I told you, he cannot run, he cannot jump, and he limps when he walks. And but he said, if you want it, you can take the puppy for free. I'll give it to you for free. And the boy got a little annoyed. He says, no, you wouldn't want to buy that dog for free. He's worth the same amount as any other dog. And the farmer says, but you don't understand. There's a lot of responsibility with that dog. I told you, you cannot, he cannot run, he cannot jump, he cannot fetch things for you. He won't play with you like the other puppies. And then the boy bent down and he rolled his pants and then pulled it up and he showed him his prosthetic leg. He says, well, I'm not good at running either. The little puppy will need someone to understand him and be a friend to him. So you see, this world is full of people who have some kind of disability, and they make the best of what they have, what they're given in this world. We are lucky to have a lot of things in life, and we have to learn to understand other people, to be humble and to be considerate of other people. So this is my short story for today, and we will listen to the children of our Bal Vihar today and hear their stories of gratitude. And the first person that we begin with is Jainil Rawal.
Hari I am General Ravel. I attend Bhagavad class. My 24 teachers, Miss Dinah G and Geeta G. I am grateful and thankful for food. Food is very important for our survival. Without food, you cannot attend Bhavihar, attend school, or even survive. How would you feel if you went without food for a whole day? I felt horrible just for a few hours. Once we were on a road trip. We were on a road trip and we got stuck in horrible traffic. We were stuck for hours and hours without any food in our car. It was pouring and I was suffering with extreme hunger. I felt as if I had butterflies in my stomach. Finally, we saw a restaurant and parked our car as quick as we could. I ate some food and felt relieved. I hope now you understand the importance of food. The world produces enough food to feed all people. However, some people around the world go hungry almost every day. There are various reasons, and one of them is food waste. About one third of all the food is wasted. That is a lot of food. In the current pandemic situation, eating healthy food is especially important because you don't want to get sick. Please don't take the food for granted. Hayam.
Hari Om. That was very nice, Jainil. The next one is Adi Shri Das.
Hi, I am Adishri Das and I am in the India the Sacred Land class. In March of 2020, the world seemed like it was going to end. Everything closed down. Everyone was stuck at home. Places like New York City, once full of chaos and noise, were almost silent. Quarantine had begun. Doesn't everyone agree that quarantine was not fun? You would think, oh yay, no school, or yay, I'm not going to be busy all the time. But nobody was expecting to be stuck in quarantine for almost half a year. Quarantine meant sickness and boredom, but not if you look on the positive side. I remember the day my school closed very well. It was a Friday, March 13th. Yes, it was Friday the 13th, which is really ironic. I was sitting on the couch telling one of my friends that school was going to be closed on Monday for a deep cleaning session. Later, I logged onto the district website and it read that quarantine had begun. Quarantine was boring, there's no denying that. But there are a lot of reasons to be thankful for quarantine. When quarantine began, my dad and my sister started going on walks in the morning. We had more time as a family because we had less homework and schoolwork. I found myself playing with my little sister and talking to my older sister a lot more since we didn't have much else to do. I was bored a lot of the time, which was really annoying, but I found new things to be doing. I learned how to animate. I taught my friends how to cook. I also started swimming in our pool a lot. Although I was bored, I tried to make use of my time. My baby brother was also born during quarantine, which is good because we could have more time with him. We were able to play and spend time with him more because of quarantine. The night he was born, I was sleeping. Then all of a sudden, I heard my dad's phone ring. I was so excited. It was 1:17 a.m., but I leaped out of bed. I could hear my sisters in another room arguing over who had more blanket. I ran into the room and I felt like screaming. We were lucky he was born in quarantine, or else we would have gotten no time with him. Although quarantine was boring, I enjoyed it. We should be able to see the positive side of things and be grateful. In quarantine, I got more family time, my family got a new member, and I found new activities to spend my time. Overall, I am grateful for quarantine. Thank you for listening. Hurry on.
Yeah, that was very nice, Adishri. The next one is Aryan Prasad.
Hari Om. My name is Aryan Prasad, and I am part of the Key to Success class with Jyoti ji and Mukesh ji. I am grateful for my culture and Hinduism because it motivates me to be good, do good, live good, and inspires friends, families, and others along the way. I am also grateful for the various festivals, books, prayers, and yoga. I am grateful for Hinduism because it is the only culture that offers many pathways to success and reaching your goals in life. I am grateful for the yummy foods that my culture offers. In Hinduism, it teaches me to be patient in life. For instance, when you do something good in life, you may or may not get the results immediately. You need to be patient and wait. My culture relates to my experience by when I play the tabla, it makes me feel relaxed. I have been playing tabla for 2 years, and in that 2 years, I have felt relaxed and purified. This is how I am grateful for my culture and Hinduism and how it relates to my life. Hariom, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Aryan. The next one is Vedangi Das. Vedangi, come a little bit in the middle. Yeah, see you much.
Hi, I'm Vedanshi Das. I'm in Bala Bhagavatam class and my teacher is Archana. I'm thankful for many things. One thing I'm thankful for is my baby brother. He is very cute and I spend a lot of my time with him. I like to play with him and also love to read to him. Also, some of the time I get to take care of him. I can feed him and watch him. Sometimes it's hard to take care of him, but it is also fun. I can teach him too. The day he was born, I was really happy. He was born in the middle of the night on March 29th, 2020. That was when I was sleeping with my older sister. Then, all of a sudden, at 1:17, my other sister ran into the room and shook my older sister. Wake up quick, she whispered. Stop pulling my blanket, my older sister replied. But he's born, she said a bit louder as she shook both of us. I was really tired, but when I heard this, I jumped up and went to where my dad and other sister were sleeping. I noticed my dad was talking to someone on the phone, but I couldn't tell who. After a few minutes, I finally realized it was my mom. My dad gave me the phone. I started talking to my mom. I asked her if we could FaceTime, but he was sleeping. I was still really excited. I just couldn't wait to see him. My other sister asked if there were any photos of him that my mom sent. My dad looked at his messages and showed me, my older sister, and my other sister a picture of him. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. Aw. Later, I went back to bed. I tried to sleep, but I just couldn't. I kept looking if my sister was asleep. Then I finally fell asleep. Later, I woke up. Did mom call yet? No, my other sister answered. So I brushed my teeth and ate breakfast and started to go on my computer. While I was going on my computer, my sister went to my room and called me. Mom wants to FaceTime now. Okay, I called back. I talked to my mom and I could see my baby brother. A few days later, after he took some shots and hearing tests that must have hurt, he came home. I could see him in real life. He was sleeping, but I was so excited. Even though it was sad that there was coronavirus and everybody was at home quarantined, so many good things happened that I appreciate. I've always wanted a little brother, and I finally had him. I am very thankful to God for it. I know that if you look on the positive side, you can always be thankful. I also see my baby brother climbing and blabbering words, and I look forward to teaching him many things such as reading and computer programming. Hurry on.
Anyhow, Vedangi, that was very nice. I'm sure very
And
excited with little
also,
brother, right?
this is when my baby brother was 3 months, and this is when he was 6 months.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Now Ashishi, we will see the video of the Bal Ramayan class. This is our little class, the KG and the first grade class. And let's hear from them what they are thankful for.
Hi, my name is Nikhil, and I'm thankful that I get to go to school in this pandemic. Every year I spend time with my grandparents, but this year I cannot, and I'm thankful that my grandpa came out of the hospital okay, and my grandmother took care of him very well. Hello, my name is Adrian. I'm thankful to my teacher because she gives me lots of books to read and lots of handwriting books to work. And I'm thankful for my friends when they play in the playground and have so much fun with me. Thankful for my Amma Nana. I'm thankful for my whole family. I'm thankful for my teachers. I'm thankful for the nature. And I'm thankful for my art. Hello. These are the things that I'm thankful for. First, my mom and pop, my family, and my gurus. Second, our home planet, Earth. And I think we should all take care of it. Third, art, because I just love doing art projects. And last, fourth, is my dolls. I am thankful for violet scented cake and celebration.
Camera person. Soleil is thankful for Aya's garden. This is where she spent most of lockdown mornings. She would water the plants. Thank you.
Happy Diwali, happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for my bike, my family, and hugs and kisses. Bye. Happy Diwali, happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for my shoes, my ice cream, my bubble bath, and hug and kisses.
That is so cute. Now we will hear from Parisha.
Hello, my name is Parisha and I'm from the Yatodharma class. And my teachers are Shivani and Sanjay Uncle. Hello, with Thanksgiving right around the corner and the season of gratitude and giving back starts. And I'm more than sure that if I asked you what you are thankful for, it would probably go along the lines of friends, family, and technology. But we forget some of the main aspects of gratitude. There's so much more to be thankful for that we just take for granted, such as the fact that we are even here. Many people have been victims of the worldwide pandemic and have been taken from us. Our frontline essential and Medicare workers deserve our utmost respect and gratitude. Along with our farmers, there was not one day where we went without food. They could have just quit and given up for the sake of their own families, but they stayed, they fought, and they persevered, and they deserve our gratitude. The next thing we need to be thankful for is the basic abilities that we have been given and that we take for granted. Every time that I travel to India, I visit the Disabled Kids College in Ahmedabad. And when I go there, I see many children who've had their senses taken away from them. And it hits me how blessed I am to be gifted the ability that God has not given to others. I realized that, but as I looked at these children, I realized that they weren't sad or unhappy, nor did they even complain. but simply enjoyed life for what they had, and the sensation hit my heart as life suddenly was a whole different perspective. All that Chinmaya has taught me and Hinduism has taught me came back to me, including the prayers that we say before eating to give thanks to our food, along with our parents, teachers, and guests, that we have to respect our parents, teachers, and guests. Even our sacred texts and stories of our ancestors, including the Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita, all have influence to express our gratitude, and it made me realize that every day is a gift. How you choose to live and celebrate what you have been given is your choice. Thank you.
Thank you, Pari. Every day is a gift for all of us. Next, we will hear from Harshita Shilat.
Hari Om, my name is Harshita Sharat and I belong to Bhagavatam class. My Gurujis are Archana Auntie, Lakshmi Auntie and Rashmi Auntie. Thanksgiving symbolizes gratitude, which means to be thankful. I am thankful for the support, love, and care that I receive from my family and friends, as well as from my teachers. This Thanksgiving, I would like to be thankful to the life that reunited me with my family. To make this long story short, on a long holiday, we went to New Park and spent a beautiful couple days exploring the city. On the first day, when we were at the beach, I told my mom, I'm going to get some water for my sandcastle. My mom said, okay. By the time I filled the bucket and tried to walk back to my mom, but couldn't see her. So I kept walking, and I also called out, but no one came or answered. I could not spot my father and my sister who were playing in the water. In a few minutes of my wandering around, the lifeguard came toward me and asked,
You are muted, Harshita.
so should I start all again?
No, just tell us from the lifeguard on.
I kept on walking, and I also called out, but no one came or answered. I could not spot my father and my sister who were playing in the water. In a few minutes of my wandering around, the lifeguard came toward me and asked, are you lost? Back where my mom was, she saw my father and sister coming back from the water. She panicked since I was not with them. Soon my parents realized that I was lost. For us, it was a scary situation. The lifeguard found me at the right time and also made me comfortable while I was lost. At the same time, my parents also approached a lifeguard to search me. I gave my father's phone number and the two lifeguards probably discussed, and this is how my parents found me. I will never be able to forget this experience, and I will always be thankful and respectful to the lifeguard who has this important job of saving lives and uniting families. I wish everyone, including my Bhavihar families, healthy and safe Thanksgiving. Hari Om.
Hari Om, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Now we will hear from Savitri Auntie. Savitri ji is our Bal Vihar teacher, and she will tell a Subhashita, which is a saying in Sanskrit, and it will be followed with Prithvi Prabhakar, who will explain the meaning of the Subhashita or the saying. Go ahead, Savitri ji.
Hari Om. This shloka is, as Lakshmiji explained, it's a Subhashita. Subhashita means words of wisdom. Okay, this shloka glorifies the virtue of gratitude. So far, I've heard so many of you talk about it. So this shloka glorifies the virtue of gratitude. Pratama vayasi dattam toyamalpam smarantah shirasi nihita bhara narikela naranam salila amruta kalpam dadyura jivanantam nahi kritam upakaram sadavo vismaranti.
remembering the small amount of water which it was given in its early age. The coconut trees carry nectar like water on their head throughout their life. In the same manner, good and noble people do not forget a favor that is done to them. Hariom. My name is Pratik Prabhakar. I am in India, the Sacred Land class. My teachers are Sumiyanti, Rajaniyanti, and Savitriyanti. I am thankful for my big brother Akash. He helps me with my homework. He helps me whenever I need assistance for my online school learning. He guides me with new things like creating projects. I am thankful to him for his kindness. We don't always get along, but Akash is very patient. When we go on vacation, he lets me play on his phone. My brother inspired me to join the debate program. Even though Akash is very busy with his high school study, he still finds time to guide me. Akash is a good role model because he is respectful and he listens. I would like to learn all these good qualities from Akash. Akash gives me good advice for my test and he prepares me for my test. He quizzes me and tests me to see if I am ready for the test. I got good grades on my test because he taught me well. For science, he taught me variables and scientific methods. For ELA, he taught me Greek mythology. For math, he taught me percentages. And for social studies, he taught me about timelines and early people. This shows why I am thankful for my brother Akash. The traits also show why I am thankful for him.
That's very nice, Prithvi. That's wonderful. We are going to hear from Akash a little bit later. Now we will hear from Ashwiti Chemban.
Can you hear me first?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hariyam, everyone. I am Ashwati Chemban from Yato Dharma, and my teachers are Shobani and Sanjay Uncle. At this point, I'm sure everyone is aware that Thanksgiving is going to be a little different this year. Little is an understatement. The entire year has been an emotional roller coaster, full of twists and turns, ups and downs. With all that has happened, it is time that we take a step back and a deep breath. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge our nurses and frontline workers. How are you all doing? I would like to say I am thankful for you all, but I'm sure that you hear that a lot. The thanks, the clapping from the rooftops, and the thoughts and the prayers. We have to hand it to our frontline workers, as in the midst of all that thanks, they still have to work through the little budget that they have and long hours to help all of the patients, with COVID or not. I know my mom has to, and I'm sure that many of the ammas here have to as well. I am thinking of all of you, and you all deserve so much more. I am grateful for all that you do, and I hope that after this program, you take some time for yourselves if you have the chance to. Now I would like to speak to my crew, the students. How are you guys holding up? School has been weird for all of us, I'll say. And I don't want to sugarcoat anything, because quite frankly, this year has been anything but that. So let's be grateful towards ourselves. We've been through so many twists and turns, learning from school and the workload being twice as much as usual. The mental strain resulting from that must have been monumental. I'll be honest, it's hard to open up about it. Think about it. Our parents have been through so much more than us. Small houses, unsanitary living conditions back home, and school and tuition fees being very expensive. For my mom and dad's families, who have lived in a caste-divided society at the time, it has been extremely hard for them. So why should we complain? We have everything: technology, a stable roof over our heads, and the fact that we don't have to memorize the periodic table in chemistry. We should be extremely grateful for that. And I don't need to say it, because it should be a given that we are grateful. But that doesn't always tie into our mental health. I saw an interesting quote on Twitter where it said, "A person who drowns in 7 feet of water is just as dead as someone who drowns in 20 feet. So if we keep comparing our struggles to those who have it worse than us, how are we ever going to solve our problems?" We need to take that initiative, and that there is no shame in getting help. So I'll say this to my generation: I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm grateful for you for being in this moment. We're going to get through this. As for one final thought, I'm grateful for the future. In the past 15 years, I've seen and been through a lot to know that there needs to be societal change. And our generation is going to set the precedent because of the resources that our parents have given us. Starting with us, there will be a new generation, a generation that is socially aware and committed to creating positive change rather than shying away from it. A generation of not only future doctors and engineers, but also artists, animators, musicians, fashion designers, and performers. And most importantly, a generation that will not be afraid to express their mental health and to be comfortable in their own skin, apologetic for who they are. I am so grateful for this opportunity, and I would like to thank my Amma and Aja for working hard to give me that. Finally, I am thankful for my Hindu identity, a religion that teaches service and gratitude and standing up against injustice. All of the values that have been taught to me, I am grateful for having the opportunity for passing it down for future generations. And with that, I wish you all a blessed Thanksgiving. Hariom.
Yeah, thank you, Ashwati, for that outspoken statement. We admire you and we want more of children like you who would speak up. We also want to thank you and your mom. Your mom is a nurse and she's a frontline worker. We convey our good wishes to her and be safe. The next student who's going to talk is Akshara Gudavali.
Hariom everyone and happy Friendsgiving. My name is Akshara Gudavali. I am in the class India is a Sacred Land and my teachers are Rajani Auntie, Savitri Auntie, and Sumi Auntie. Someone who I am thankful for is my sister Ashita. My sister is caring and nice to me. She gives me great advice when I have personal problems in school or even outside of school. One time when I was scared to do something, my sister told me to try it. I did not want to go on a roller coaster, but she told me some good advice and I eventually decided to go on the roller coaster and I had a lot of fun. My sister is also very supportive. She's a role model to me and I hope to become like her when I'm older. I'm really grateful for her. As my older sister, she has a lot of jobs, but one of the most important jobs is to take care of me. She does this job flawlessly and takes care of me a lot. As my role model, my sister's words and actions have impacted me a lot. She sometimes tells me not to eat sugary sweets because they are bad for me. Instead, she gives me healthy fruit. This is why I am so grateful for my sister. Some people that I am also very grateful for are my wonderful and helpful teachers. Teachers mostly teach us everything we know. My teachers are so loving and caring. They take care of us when we are at school, and when we need help, they lovingly help us. Teachers work so hard to make school fun, but they still make it so we can learn. Teachers may give us homework, but that is just so they can see if we have learned the concepts. Teachers make school so fun, and for me, every morning, I can't wait to go to school and learn from my teachers. This is why I'm very, very grateful for all of my teachers. Hariom.
Hariom, Hariom. That was very nice, Akshara. Ashishi, now we will see the video of the food poem. This food poem is written by Shubhani ji, and the children that you will see in this food poem are Bhavesh Batra, Shreya Thakre, Partha Manikarnika, Devan Shah, Atharva Bhagare, and Dev Mitra.
The grain of rice that sits on my plate had come from a deeper faith. It was offered with love from a family today. It was cooked in its own special way. Before that, it was in a bag placed in a market's rack. Before that, in a factory, neatly separated in each sack. Before that, it was in a farmer's field, where crops were planted and getting ready to yield. Before that, they were mere seedlings sown in the ground, one by one with enough space to go all around.
And it was only the grace of the rays of the sun, and the rain that drops from the rivers that run, and the wind that blows and nurtures their strength, and patience, time, and Mother Nature's consent.
What brings this grain of rice on my plate, one may ask. When one thinks deeply, it's such a wonderful task. From the forces of nature to the giving hands of many. from the farmers, markets, and our own families.
But mostly it comes from the grace of the divine. With this in mind, may I always dine. This is what makes food whole. When I nourish not only my body, but offer gratitude with my soul.
That was wonderful. Such a nice poem. Now we'll continue further and we will hear from Priyanka Shelat. Priyanka, you have to come a little bit closer because we can't hear you well.
Hello, I am Priyanka Shalat and I belong to my 24th teacher. My Gurujis are Geeta Auntie and Dayana Auntie. On this very special day of Thanksgiving, we should be thankful to our teachers, family, and friends who had supported and taught us good things. This Thanksgiving, I would like to be thankful to my grandmother, who has always taken care of me since I was small. My grandmother always comforted, fed, and dressed me and my little sister while my parents were at work. She also taught me to walk along with my mom, and she has comforted me when I was sick or crying. I have heard countless stories from her during my nap time, and even now she reads many moral stories in Gujarati and English while explaining the words that I do not understand. I now understand two Indian languages, Gujarati and Hindi. She always makes yummy samosas for me since I love them. She has taught us to be brave and strong, even when you're scared. Also, she helps me memorize the slokas that I learned from Bal Vihar. I have also learned to memorize multiplication tables with her. At times, she has also helped me to complete my homework. Celebrating various festivals in her presence has always been great in terms of learning Indian traditions and my culture. She also makes yummy Indian treats that my entire family relishes. I will never forget this bond that I share with her, and I will be always thankful to my grandmother, who has this very important role in my life. Further, I also wish my grandmother to always be healthy so I can spend more years with her and learn more from her. During these tough times, we should be with our loved ones and stay safe at home. We can involve in fun activities and try not to go outside very often. If one must step out, then always wear a mask and wash your hands often. Remember that health and safety of our loved ones depends on our actions. I wish everyone, including my Bhavihar families, a healthy and a safe Thanksgiving. Hari Om.
That was very good, Priyanka. Next, we will hear from Akash, the elder brother of Prithvi. You're muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you yet. No, we can't hear you yet. Akash, you can leave and come back. In the meantime, I will let Manishita speak, and then you can come back next. So Manishita, would you like to go ahead?
Okay. Hi, my name is Manashita Das, and I'm in the Key to Success class. My teachers are Mukeshji, Jyotiji, and Kushiji. Everyone has bad days, and some of you might be having a bad day right now. Maybe your head hurts. Maybe your mom and dad yelled at you. Maybe you did badly on a test. Bad things happen in life to all of us, but you should always remember to not focus on the bad things and be optimistic. Look on the bright side of life. The sun is shining. listen to the birds singing. I am grateful that my sister wakes me up every morning. Even though I might be annoyed at her in the moment, I appreciate that my sister is kind enough to wake me up at 6 and spend some of her time getting me out of bed. Sometimes, if you think about the good things that happen in your life, no matter how small, you can realize that it outweighs the bad. I'm grateful for everything in life, which is why it was hard to choose a topic for this. But I think that you should appreciate everything. Even if something seems like a problem right now, later in life, you might realize that good came out of it. One example of this is school. You might think school is boring, and you might feel that school teaches things that we don't need. And this might be true in some cases. However, when you're older, you can realize that the things that we learn in school may be more important than they seem. School teaches us discipline, and school gives us opportunities to make friends. School also teaches us that you can't always get your way in life. Are you having a good day or a bad day? If you still feel that you're not having a good day, you should write a list of all the things that you're grateful for and joy. I did this before starting to write this essay, and first I wrote the more obvious things that came to my mind, like my family and my friends. But then I started to think about some other things. We're likely to have freedom, for example. Some of the freedoms that we have is freedom of speech and freedom of religion. I'm grateful that I'm healthy. I'm also grateful that I have access to internet. Without internet, I would not be able to do homework and I would not be able to communicate with my friends. Without internet, I would not be able to be on this Zoom call. Those are just some things that I'm grateful for, and there are many more. I'm grateful for everything that God has given me. Hariom.
Hariom. Next, we'll hear from Shreya Panchal, and then we'll go back to Akash. Shreya?
Hariom. My name is Shreya Panchal, and I am in the class of Key to Success. My teachers are Mukesh Uncle and Jyoti Auntie. One quality that my parents taught me is patience. They also taught me that you should control your reactions because you won't know what the outcome will be. One hot summer day in 2019, my family and I were leaving to go back to New York from Mexico. When we were at the airport, we had to wait for a couple of hours because the flight kept on getting delayed due to bad weather. We got very tired, anxious, and a little upset because we still didn't get on the plane by midnight. The airport was very cold and we weren't wearing the proper clothing. Since it was late, we had to sleep and it was so difficult to do that. I was very moody and uncomfortable, which didn't make me feel happy. Have you ever been in a situation that felt that way? The staff at the airport said the flight was canceled and that we had to stay at a hotel for an additional 3 days. Initially, we were upset that the flight was canceled, but after, we saw clear blue water that looked so beautiful, which we didn't get to see at our original destination. We actually enjoyed going to the other hotel because we got to have a different experience that we didn't have when we first arrived at Mexico. We did not regret having this unplanned trip. I realized that everything happens for a reason and the outcome doesn't always have to be bad. We were grateful that near the new hotel, we had nice blue water because the first hotel we stayed at during the trip that was planned had a lot of seaweed. Therefore, the water was brown and very dirty. The moral of the story is that there are many uncertainties in life. Some may be bad and others may be good. But you have to remember that there's always something to be grateful for each and every day. Hari Om and happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Hariom, that was very nice. Yeah, when you get lemon, you make lemonade, right? Now we go to Akash, and let's see if he can unmute. Akash? Okay.
Oh, Hariom, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hariom, my name is Akash. I'm in the Yato Dharma Tatojaya class taught by Acharya Shubhaniji and Sanjay Uncle. As Thanksgiving is coming up this week, we all let our family know what we are thankful or grateful for. For it is a time where we demonstrate our appreciation or gratitude to others. But what does it mean to express gratitude? Gratitude means being content with what you have and being thankful for how fortunate and lucky you are in your life. Gratitude also means giving back to your community to provide them with the same opportunity that were given by others to you by them. It is crucial that we show our gratitude, especially during this Thanksgiving, because of the suffering brought to many by the COVID-19 pandemic. First and foremost, we should be incredibly grateful and appreciative that we are all healthy and well, and that we did not catch the virus. And for any of us who may have gotten sick before but recovered, we should be thankful that they are still with us today. It is also very important to express how grateful we are for all the doctors and healthcare professionals who are working to keep everybody safe and healthy, and for the fact that our parents or those who are close to us are still able to work either from home or safely in their office to earn money to buy necessities like groceries. As for many millions of people across this country, this is not the case, and unfortunately, they're starving because they cannot afford to bring food home for their families. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, it is essential that we demonstrate gratitude by giving back to our communities during this difficult time. We can do this by donating food to organized food drives in place for those who cannot afford to feed their families so that they have the same opportunity as us to not go hungry. Let's make this Thanksgiving great for everyone, despite these trying times. Let's do this through the power of gratitude. Thank you and Hari Om.
Thank you, Akash. That was wonderful. Now, we had sent a message to all the families to have a plate of prasad, which we are going to offer. So now Shubhani ji is going to say a few words and we will pray together, and keep your plate of prasad with you. Shubhani ji.
Hari Om, everyone. First of all, it was so lovely listening to all of your gratitude reflections. It brought tears to my eyes, and I'm so happy as a community we have this emotion. Gratitude perhaps is one of the most important emotions to have because it can make us instantly happy. Whenever we're sad or whenever we're feeling down, if we just count 5 things that we're grateful for, immediately you and I will smile. My prayer today, and I want you all to sit straight and close your eyes and just feel as I pray. My prayer today is to Bhagavan that all of us always remain grateful, not only during this season, but every single day. In our culture, we have Pancha Mahayagnas, 5 beings that we are ever to be grateful for every single day. May we be grateful to God, Deva Yajna, for giving us this wonderful body, this mind, family, this earth, this planet, all the beings in our lives, and this potential to live fully. May we always be grateful to our rishis, Rishi Yajna, those who have passed on the scriptures to us, scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata. What would our lives be without this knowledge of truth? May we always be grateful to them. Grateful to our parents, our grandparents, all of our ancestors. Itra Yajna, those who have taken care of us, nurtured us, loved us, taught us, kept us safe and well. Grateful to all of our community, Nra Yajna, to all of our healthcare workers, essential workers, our sanitation department, our farmers, our male men, male women, everybody in our community who works so hard to support us and to be there for us without us even knowing who they are. And may we always be grateful to Mother Nature, Bhuta Yajna, for providing us heat, warmth, oxygen, sunshine, water, life. May our lives every single day be of gratitude to God, to our rishis, to our parents, to our community, and to nature. And may we live life fully in service to them. Hari Om. As Lakshmi ji had said, whatever prasad that you have, We can now all offer our prasad and raise your plates. I will just say a Brahmarpanam, and this Brahmarpanam prayer is really meant to say that whatever I eat, let it be in service of others. Let it nourish my body so that I can serve others well, so I can serve others fully. So we will chant Brahmarpanam. Om Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. I now pass it on to Lakshmi ji.
Okay, we will do the closing prayers right now, and then followed with the pledge. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamivavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Everybody, please put your hand on your heart. Let's do our pledge. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibility. Give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat. Hari Om. So next week we do not have class. Our next class will be on December 6th. So on December 6th at 9:50, we open for Hanuman Chalisa and 10 o'clock for the assembly. So please join then. Hari Om till then. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.